Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Mamika, and today we are doing a Let's Play of Player Unknown Battlegrounds, or PUBG for short. PUBG Player Unknown's Battleground by Brendan Green was released in March 2017. Despite the concept of the game showing signs of similarity with H1Z1 and ARMA mods, PUBG was constructed with the general design and scope of the game, which is backed by a publisher, and therefore creating an easy-to-understand structure. With the significance of utilizing a publisher, the game took what was entertaining about the survival sandbox games and made it quick, accessible, stable, and appealing to the public. PUBG is a classic shooter game with both first-person and third-person options in a battle royale style game mode. The end goal is to be the last man standing or play with friends and be the last squad standing. PUBG is an exemplary model of its genre because of its pure dedication to the game mode itself and simple concept. It is a semi-realistic game with the simple objective of beating everyone else. This allows for the company to focus more so on the finer details, for example a bullet drop of the game, making it a quality challenge and enjoyable experience for the players. While shooters have been popular, PUBG finds success in the battle royale concept where being the last person standing amongst 100 others is a very enticing reward. The player enters a magic circle upon entering the pre-game lobby, where the rules of the game take over and you escape reality. PUBG is an add-on game, which is derived by the competition to eliminate the other players. The game begins with all players entering the continuous play space on one of two potential maps. The plane enters at an angle and the player may take a choice of where they want to land with respect to that. On the map there are various cities and hotspots where lots of players may drop depending on the plane angle. School is a very popular hotspot for where many players go to, so it will be going towards Pochinki. Upon landing in the play space the game begins. Players typically start by looting a building and searching for objects such as weapons and armor to begin fighting other players. If you get a gun early like I do, you can try and hunt other players, but if you increase your own risks of getting killed like the main operative and resultant actions can be shown in this clip, such as WASD keys for movement, mouse for aiming, holding right look into hipfire and clicking it to scope in, and left clicking to shoot. Also using tab to open the inventory space. Other operative actions include pressing Ctrl to crouch, Z to prone, space to jump or vault, and F to interact. There are implicit rules such as moving the mouse towards the cursor and no cheating, but in PUBG the main rule is to survive and be the last one standing. There is a play zone and a blue zone, and the play zone gradually gets smaller and players must move to the play zone or else they will be damaged by the blue zone. This is to increase player density and bring players closer so more fighting happens. There are operational rules regarding the blue zone. It has a wait time before it begins to close in on the next play mode, and this time gets smaller and smaller as its circle does. Starting out at 5 minutes for first circle, and eventually getting down to just 1 minute for each circle. Furthermore, the blue zones does more damage as the game goes on, forcing players to make it into the circle quickly or else they will die. Within the play space, red zones may appear where bombs are dropped randomly within the red zone and can hit a player if they are in it. The next mechanic or rule is gun physics. Bullets have both a gravity aspect and a travel time, so in this clip the shooter is shown leading the bullet so that even though the sight is not on the target, the bullet still hits because of its travel time and the biker's speed. This is a constitutive rule as players need to do so in the game calculations on bullet drop. In a game with teammates if a team goes down, one has a chance of reviving them. But each time a teammate gets knocked out, they bleed out at a faster rate than before. Next we'll be discussing the various states and attributes of objects in PUBG. To begin with, we'll be discussing assault rifles, submachine guns, snipers, shotguns, and pistols. All guns have dynamic attributes of shape, color, clip size, and appearance. The different states are dependent on the attachments on the gun and the gun skin in use. Attachments can change the overall shape of the gun, like adding a grip or putting an extended magazine that increases the clip size. A good example of this is a Scar L, which has 4 attachment slots for sight, grip, different magazine, and muzzle attachment. Guns mainly have static attributes of ammo type and attachment slots. The ammo used does not change, nor does the attachment slots increase or decrease. Some guns like shotguns are unable to change clip size, so that will be considered a static attribute, for example the S686. Next we'll be discussing gun attachments and ammo. Gun attachments have a dynamic type of state, appearance, and function. For example, there is a muzzle attachment called a silencer that quiets the gun's noise, or a grip that increases stability, or an extended magazine that holds more bullets. The other attachments are sights. Different sights are used for different purposes and have different attributes as well. They have a dynamic aspect of zoom distance and appearance. For example, a red dot sight does not have much zoom and is just a red dot marker to help with aiming, whereas an 8x scope has an 8x zooming aspect and can be adjusted to be more or less zoomed in.
The last objects regarding guns is ammo. The different states of ammo are the different types that can be found. For example, 5.56 bullets are often used for the SCAR-L, M16, and M4. Meanwhile, 7.62 bullets are used for the AKM and the Kar-98. While the appearance is dynamic, the amount found in a single stack is static. There will often be 1 to 4 stacks of 30 bullets of each ammo type. But first, the operative rules regarding healing will be explained. A player may only use instant healing items such as bandages or first aid kits to heal them up to 75% health. To get to full health again, they must use an object under the boost category, for example, an energy drink or painkillers. These heal over time and can heal past 75% health. Finally, there's the med kit, which heals fully to 100% no matter what the current health is. These are rare and take up lots of space. The dynamic attributes of healing items are their appearance, and the amount they heal is often based off the player's current health. The static attributes are the space they take up, and the final object we will be discussing is armor and bags. Armor has dynamic attributes of functionality, body coverage, and appearance. There are 3 different levels of armor, and they have their own health aspect. For example, a level 1 military vest has only 200 durability and blocks 30% of bullet damage in comparison with a level 3 helmet, which covers the full head and face and has 230 durability and blocks 55% of bullet damage. Bullets that hit the head instead of the body do more damage, as shown in this clip. I aim for the enemy's head, but get headshot in the process. My helmet is destroyed, and I take a substantial more amount of damage. The final items are bags. There are 3 different types of bags, and the main dynamic attribute to bags are the amount that you can carry. A level 3 bag has a capacity of 270, meanwhile a level 1 bag has only a capacity of 170. In the next clip, we can see a crate retrieval from an airdrop. Airdrops fall randomly both in time and location throughout the game. Airdrops tend to have guns that are stronger than the ones found in regular spawn points. For example, an AUG or an AUG, which is a very strong AR, or an which is a very powerful sniper. Crates have a static appearance, but the contents inside are dynamic attributes, as they are random. For example, some may have a ghillie suit and others may have armor. The in-game environmental affordance would be things such as stairs or boxes and walls that are half as tall as the character, which implies that they can be climbed upon or vaulted over. Another environmental affordance is the orientation of hills and trees that can be used for cover when you're in a gunfight. There is a navigational affordance in the game when looking at driving. Driving on roads is much more smooth and safe than driving on other terrain, as it is a bit bumpy and can tip your car over. Roads typically lead players to cities where they can look for more loot. Systemic affordance would be the knowledge of which guns to use in which situations. For example, using a shotgun in close range is much more effective than using a sniper in close range, but using a sniper at long range beats a shotgun. Or understanding the powers of guns themselves, such as the strength of a pistol versus an AR, or the power of one AR versus another. For example, the M16 is a bit weaker than the M4 and the SCAR. The technical affordances include memory and storage, a platform to play it on, and a controller of some sort. Also, an audio device such as speakers or a headset so that the player may hear where gunshots are coming from, or another player's footsteps. PUBG is currently available on mobile, PS4, PC, and Xbox. It falls under Lindsay Grace's action game type as it involves lots of shooting and lots of action. Players require motor skills, reflexes, and having good eyesight and hearing. Motor skills to function the game, reflexes to respond to the action or being shot at, having good eyesight to spot another player from far distance or a player hiding, and good hearing to pick up where another player is based off sound. Decisions a player make in-game can result in life or death, so there is a great sense of player agency, as oftentimes players have the choice of what they want to do, where they want to go, and where their pathing should be. If they choose differently, it could result in a totally different outcome. PUBG has an innate complexity because the rules are complex with lots of different mechanics. This gives the game a steep learning curve as players must play the game and learn the rules first to become skilled. Under the gamer motivation model, it falls under action, both destruction and excitement, social, competition and community, mastery, challenge and strategy, achievement, power, and creativity, design. Finally, the business model of the game. The product strategy is selling the game for a cost of $40 Canadian, and its distribution model is through the Steam platform. The company not only generates revenue through the game sales itself, but also on DLC such as crates that contain cosmetic items for your character. PUBG crates that contain clothing items and gun skins that change the color/pattern of a gun. Crates can be bought with battle points, which you earn in-game, as well as can be purchased on the market. Some crates in PUBG require keys to be opened, for example a Desperado crate. These keys cost $2.50 each and are another source of revenue for PUBG. The loot inside these crates are more exclusive and fancy, so it is more enticing for a player to purchase a key to open a crate. By having this, PUBG does not need any form of extra advertising, and using the strategy of making purchasable items purely for cosmetics, it allows for fair play amongst all the players who purchase the game. This strategy is also effective because the more revenue generated can go towards making higher quality items and gameplay, which will increase players purchasing items.